Imagine standing in the middle of a bustling supermarket aisle. Hundreds of cereal boxes, all shouting for attention. Yet somehow Kellogg's manages to resonate and command loyalty like few others. How does a brand slice through the noise? David A. Aaker, the guru of branding, peels back the curtain in building strong brands, challenging us to rethink what makes a brand truly powerful. But what exactly is the secret ingredient that turns a simple product into a household name? Let's uncover it. Before a brand becomes iconic, it needs a clear identity. But that's easier said than done when competitors sell nearly identical products. How do you carve a space that feels unique and authentic? Back in the 90s, Kellogg's wasn't just selling cornflakes. They owned a cocktail of meanings: health, family breakfasts, and childhood nostalgia. Aaker spotlights how Kellogg's layered these associations carefully, turning an ordinary cereal into a comforting ritual. It wasn't just about food, it was the story behind the product that hooked consumers deeply. Think of brand identity like DNA. It's not just a logo or color, it's the core values, personality, and promises baked into every interaction. Aaker argues that identity is the blueprint distinguishing your brand's soul from a sea of lookalikes. Without it, brands risk blending into a forgettable gray mass of products. Strong brands don't just speak to customers, they emotionally connect. Like old friends, they build bridges of trust and familiarity. Aaker reveals that this emotional tie translates into repeated sales, premium pricing, and even resistance to competitors. A brand isn't just a mark, it's a feeling customers return to again and again. Positioning is marketing's battleground, the fight to stake a claim in the customer's mind. But what stops two similar brands from becoming indistinguishable noise? Recall the FedEx turnaround story. Before their rise, overnight shipping was unreliable and niche. FedEx's genius was to own overnight delivery as a brand promise. That clarity made customers think of FedEx first, every time they needed speed. Aaker illustrates this as a classic example, positioning as a lock on a mental filing cabinet. Positioning works like a mental shortcut, simplifying decisions in a world drowning in choices. Aaker compares it to a neon sign in a foggy cityscape. It cuts through the haze and guides customers immediately. Without sharp positioning, a brand's message is lost in the madness, leaving customers confused and defaulting to competitors. Sometimes, positioning doesn't just vie for space but rewrites the rules. Febreze, the odor eliminator, initially flopped. The breakthrough was repositioning it from an odor remover to a freshness reward, tapping into people's craving for completion. Aaker highlights this shift as transformative. Good positioning can create entirely new market categories. Brands cost money, ads, packaging, campaigns, but are they worth it? How do you measure the invisible asset, brand equity? David Aaker gives us tools to see what's usually hidden. Aaker developed the Brand Equity 10, a checklist of elements like brand loyalty, perceived quality, and brand associations, to measure a brand's strength. For example, Apple scores high on perceived quality and loyalty, creating a fortress that withstands price wars and market shifts. It's a rare peek behind the scenes showing branding's real power in numbers. Brand equity sounds like fluff, but Aaker proves it's a tangible asset brands can track alongside sales. He compares it to a bank account. Strong equity deposits you make today turn into profits tomorrow. Ignoring this is like running a marathon barefoot. It might work, but it's needlessly painful and inefficient. The payoff? Strong brand equity means better margins, easier product launches, and resilience during crises. Companies with deep equity rebound faster and command loyalty others can't buy. Aaker's insight here is game-changing. Branding isn't just a sabbatical expense. It's your most valuable, defendable asset. Remember that supermarket aisle? Now you see how Kellogg's didn't just sell cereal. They built identity, claimed mindspace, and banked brand equity. Branding isn't fluff or fancy logos. It's a strategic playbook for lasting customer love. So here's your shot. Pick your brand's core DNA and shout it clearly. Let your story carve your place. Try telling someone what your brand asterisk really stands for today. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.